Okay, well, all right, everyone. We just got through watching Getbackers. It's a show that came out in 2002 and ended in 2003. This is our thoughts on that.
My cookies sweet like lollipops. Fresh in the morning, welcome to my candy shop. Mido could have their flavors on your lips. Sick on my head, going on a bubble tea trip. Going on a bubble tea trip.
The first episode, we meet the characters, we meet the cast, and it's a very interesting, very strange situation. And we can really tell you that this anime is definitely, if we were thinking it was made from the 60s, in reality, we were wrong. We were very, very wrong. So yeah, that's that. I don't think we can stretch this to 10 minutes or anything like that, but
I'm still gonna say I thought it was funny.
Yeah. So from what we can tell, this is kind of like edging itself onto futuristic. And these two characters, the main characters Bon and Ginji, I guess is the names, are really the only people in the world so far that we're aware of that have some kind of weird superpowers, and they're just really strange abilities. So
I want to throw in real quick. The reason we thought it was made so long ago, it looked like they were purposely trying to make it look rustic.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it had the feel of like it was made back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, not only that, I mean, look at some of the technology that you'll see in it. Like, it literally looks like old school tech. Like, really old school tech.
I can say, though, they used smooth jazz flawlessly throughout the entire episode. It was very confusing, but nice smooth transition. Jazz. I mean, it went from kind of like funky pop music to smooth jazz, so I was very, very confused for a few seconds. This was apparently uploaded by Studio Dean, which has titles like Konosuba, Fate, and Log Horizon, and other series under their belt. So
they definitely have some well-known names.
Yeah. And while we thought the voice actors were, what's the word? Not good. We looked them up, and they had some very good movies under their belts. At least one of them. The guy that plays Bon, I believe what it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bon.
Bon started off with
Genji,
and gradually
Genji went on the regular movies.
Yeah, Genji went on the regular movies, and Bon was really the only one that did anything that we could see. And then the voice actor for the main female chick that you meet at least in episode 1, she might not be a main character, but her voice actor just went on to do what seemed to be B-movie horror. And it was a very interesting time to see that.
Quite an interesting transition.
Yeah, so from what I can tell, that's gonna be probably the end of the non-spoiler section, because this was episode 1. There's really not much to talk about. The world seemed like I said, edging futuristic.
Almost kind of like an old school Neo Tokyo kind of esque thing.
Yeah. Edging futuristic. We've got people with powers.
Real quick, Ginji. He was in one other thing.
He was in one other thing.
Rurouni Kenshin. He was the main guy, Rurouni.
Yeah. So you've got the voice actor, the main voice actor from Rurouni Kenshin. Why did they have two English? Did someone else take over eventually?
They had one probably for the movies.
This guy took over, and he has actually a good setup.
Actually, he's on Genji too.
Yeah, so
something may have happened to the other guy partway through.
Yeah, because we've got this English dude and this
Either
English
that or
dude.
he got moved to other projects. That's always a possibility.
He probably went on to the Rurouni Kenshin because that's around the time frame.
Maybe, yeah. Well, okay, that's it for the non-spoiler section. We're moving on to spoilers. I'm just going to say that the very first concept of the cop, the bad guy, he just seemed like that creepy pedophile that he really just wanted to touch the girl. That was just weird.
It also doesn't help they didn't give him a name. They literally just quoted him as the evil cop.
Yes. He was just the cop or the evil cop throughout the entire show. The characters referenced him as the cop, look for the cop. And then the very end credits, it was the evil cop. Like, I'm so confused by that. That was just funny.
I find it weird that in the episode they said that the video quality of where they looked at to find the guy was horrible, yet they knew him as soon as they seen him.
Exactly. Yeah, that was something else.
They were instantly able to recognize him.
Yeah, like they were instantly able to recognize him. They know who to look for. I mean, okay, so the show's comedy is kind of actually pretty good. It kind of seemed like to me, it kind of seemed like a crutch at certain points. Like they didn't know what else to put, so they did comedy. Because the voice acting, like I said, to me just was not good.
At least the comedy was.
Yes.
I mean, there were times it felt a little forced, but
the
I laughed.
Comedy was quite there. I'd say the voice acting was slightly below, like mid-ish, middle tier, especially when it came to the interactions and the audio mixing.
Oh yeah, there's this one scene particularly in the very start of the beginning, where after the main character's like the main female gets her little token thing stolen from the bad cop. Since this is the spoiler section, all of this happened because she took a picture of a cat, and a cop mistook it
generic cat noise
with a very generic cat noise, and the cop mistook it as she was taking a picture of him. Like that's the whole thing. This whole episode revolves around her taking a picture of a cat and him losing his damn mind.
And the only recognizable
and at the ending, quite literally losing his mind.
That's true.
The only recognizable faction that I'd like to point out is the fact that the Yakuza's in the anime.
Yes, and they all looked like generic sidekick for mad scientists. Suit wearing G-men.
Sunglasses.
Yeah.
Same haircut.
They look like they copy pasted the same person, and that's all they did.
They bought a bunch of robots.
It basically turned into a situation where it was almost kind of like that Agent Dune in the Matrix movies, where he cloned himself. It was literally just a clone copy over and over again.
I would laugh my ass off, Chris, if you little sitting there calling them robots.
And we find out they're like a foot from Turtles. They are robots.
Yeah, something like that. Like they're all just robots.
Some kind of like androids that were basically just programmed into the same, with the memory mindset of one individual, just literal clone copies.
Oh God, one of us.
One of us.
The reason why I came up with kind of like that is there is this big in the episode. Like they keep showing it. This big weird mega city type, like all these buildings just smashed together into like this big ass tower in what looks like to be the middle of the damn city. And all the characters look at it. All the characters seem to reference it. All the characters seem to... There's something with it that's important, and they keep looking at it. So, that... yeah. And,
it's definitely going to be a main key point in the story later on, I feel like.
Yes. And, the main characters, Ginji and Gon, is, Bon. I don't know why I said Gon. Bon. They both have powers. Genji's power is he's basically just an electric eel. He's got electric powers. He can just zap shit and do zappy zaps. Bon...
And the other one can make you hallucinate and has the grip of a gorilla.
Yeah, so he's basically superhuman grip strength, and he can make you hallucinate and have extremely bad nightmares. And the way they were talking at the very end there, he could continue it and really fuck your brain, or he can just end it whenever he wants to. It's weird. It was a weird thing. The transition, though, to be fair, between reality and the nightmare was actually pretty flawless.
It was quite flawless. It was very smooth, and you could definitely tell they put some work into the transitions at the very least.
Yeah, because I genuinely thought they shot the motherfucker, and the bad cop shooting Bon. I genuinely thought that happened, and I was like, oh, since he's super strong, that bullet's just gonna go poink, like out of his brain eventually. But it was a very smooth transition. And the only time I really thought something was up is when all of a sudden all these military-looking motherfuckers show up. Like, where the fuck did they come from?
I still think the biggest mindfuck was how he managed to tip the car on its side when he's driving. Just drives up onto the sidewalk, instantly tips, pulls some stuff out of his back pocket that you'd expect to see in, like, Herbie the Love Bug.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, the action scenes were so, again, 60s... and all the old shows, and that's again why we thought it was back then. Turns out it was 2002. And I mean, granted, that was 20 years ago, but I swear nothing like that was happening in 2002 from what I remember.
Yeah, it was.
So I found a picture of that big mega tower. If you want me to send it to you.
Yeah, go ahead and I'll pop it up right about here so we can take a quick look at it. But
yeah, all in all, it's okay. Now I'm just basing this on the first episode. The story seems kind of alright. The comedy's definitely the best redeeming factor, because the comedy there was definitely, I'd say, slightly above mid-tier. Some of it was kind of forced at times, but all in all, it's definitely a good laugh. I'm really hoping to see the story pick up. I'm really hoping to see more development of the main characters. At some point go into story of how they got their powers. But all in all, I'd say it's a pretty decent watch for the most part.
So out of 10?
I'd say out of a 10, I'd give it maybe bridging the gap between 5.5 to 6.
Just basically slightly above average.
Yeah. I wouldn't classify it as like any top tier so far, but I definitely say it's something that you shouldn't be afraid to give a watch, because it does have some redeeming factors. But all in all, I wouldn't put it at the top of a list yet.
Yeah, that like, for me, I'd probably be at a 5, maybe a 4.5, because that voice acting, though, really did ruin scenes for me. Like,
audio quality was bad.
Yeah. Like, the scene for, like, there were several scenes for Bond, he's just, I'm talking like this because I'm supposed to be the smooth superhero, and this is how I'm talking. And, like, what?
What about the scene with the girls at school that the one group was talking over the main group?
Yeah, the scene at the very beginning, one of the scenes at the very beginning, they're walking in a group, and the background characters are talking louder than the two main chicks that you're supposed to be listening to.
And it gets to a point where you're hearing 3 to 4 voices at the same time, and you can't make out a single thing they're saying.
Yeah, and you're just sitting there like, okay, so what just happened? Like,
it's like one of those situations where you're in the middle of a room and everybody's talking at the same time, and you literally can't hear a damn thing.
Yeah, like, okay, I get it. I understand. They're trying to give, like, this world's alive, but lower their volume just a little bit. Because I thought at first that character that was all the way to the left, which was just a background character, was the one we were supposed to be listening to.
Yeah, there was literally no context of who you could tell who was who. It was literally just, okay, here's a bunch of sentences at the same time. You have to figure out who's who. Like, what?
Yeah, like, eventually, if you squint, because this is an old anime and the quality isn't necessarily the best, you can kind of tell the main character chick and her little friend person she's talking to when their mouths move, but to isolate the audio is one thing. Like, you're sitting there like, okay, so I heard something, maybe, possibly, something happened, but I still don't know what. I can't even talk about what they were saying, because I heard cat, and that's all I fucking heard. That
was literally the only thing I could make out of that whole ordeal either.
Like, I realized, okay, I get, like, I could hear concern, so I know the friend character was concerned, but as to what they were talking about, I don't know.
Yeah, the audio mixing is definitely a bit to be desired, to say the very least.
Yeah, and there's a few scenes that are like that, but it's mostly just the music or, you know.
And the thing about it is this anime came out in what, 2002?
Yeah, and ended in 2003.
The thing about it that annoys me the most is, okay, I could see bad audio mixing for some older animes. Don't get me wrong, I've seen it in quite a few. However, it's pretty
Naruto
bad.
Came out in October 3rd, 2002.
Yeah, it's pretty bad that animes that, like, came out in the 90s have had better audio blending than what we just watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like here.
I think it's because it's a smaller company.
Maybe, but
that could be the factor.
But to be fair, the company that did it is Studio Dean, and Studio Dean has Konosuba, Fate Stay the Night. Let's see.
Yeah, but that's not the English one. The English one would be ADV, I thought.
Maybe. Let's check the English. Let's go back over here. Licensors is ADV, yeah. So let's see what ADV has done.
Sentai Filmworks. That's who's got it. Sentai. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, that's back when they were just getting bigger.
Okay, so maybe they did. Maybe they
did No Game No Life, Angel Beats, Akime Kill.
Ugh.
So they've done. These studios have a lot of.
Yeah, but those are a lot newer ones too.
Yeah.
High School of the Dead, I see there.
It's probably this one that did the translation of it, because this was 1992 when this one was established. The other one was 2013. So
either that, or the only thing I could think of that would redeem bad audio blending is maybe, just maybe, they didn't necessarily have the tech to make it better than what it actually came out to be.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was ADB. I think you're right. Whoa, what was that?
Like, it could have been quite a few factors.
They did Hello Kitty.
They've done. I was looking at the one next to Hello Kitty, but still.
Don't
go any further.
Oh no!
I said don't go any further. Wait, I think I've seen this one.
We can't. We're not going to talk about that anyway.
Exactly. That's why I said don't click on it.
And this is where things take a turn.
Yeah. Anyway,
we went from Hello Kitty to that.
Yeah.
Oh, I sent that
Right
picture
next
to you
each
on
other,
Discord.
That's a
Roger. I'll get it downloaded and we'll put it up back in that little section back there. It looks like they got a good.
A lot of older ones too.
Yeah, and I would like to look at some of these older ones. Like we'll get there eventually.
I think they got bought out by Sentai.
Probably.
That's why
That's
Sentai has credit
possibility.
for some of their stuff now.
Yeah, but
That's a very, very big possibility.
my whole thing though is like, I get like if
Princess
we go,
Toot.
Get the okay.
Keep going.
It's just anyway. If we watch some of these older ones and the audio quality is better, then you might be right. The fact that they didn't have either the best audio sent to them, whoever studio they hired to do the voice acting. But my whole thing is like, the audio quality was bad.
I see some there that I own.
Yeah, I like these. But yeah, it's an interesting. It's okay. My score would be, I'd say maybe I would give it, like I said, a 4.5 out of 10, simply because it's the first episode. It was their first episodes, and when it comes to anime, are usually the pilot episodes. So it was them trying to see if it would garner any interest. Granted, it was based off a manga, so I guess let's see any people's reviews. Story, this guy gave it an 8.
4.
8, 7, 5.
3? Wow.
Are these
I'm going to be a little nicer. I'm going to give it, because I mean, it's one that I've seen worse, which made me just completely drop a series. So I'm going to say at least a 6. I'll give it a 6.
Also,
I have hope for the series.
I'd like to throw out a disclaimer that our reviews are subject to change, because provided we are only on the first episode, so
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Things can easily change later on.
Shit, it might end up being like, we were like, okay, we have hope. Oh my god, it was the worst anime ever. Or, holy crap, what the hell did we do? It was the best anime in the world. Someone go watch it. That
Our reviews can either skyrocket by the end of it, or they could take a massive plummet.
Or it might just stay the same and just be like, 50-50.
Yeah, or it could be a 50-50, our reviews could get thrown out the window like they did.
Yeah, that scene.
Oh, what you did there.
Yeah. There's a scene, and it's so weird. They gave like a laxative pizza to the cops, and all these cops. This is another one of the audio problems, but I guess it was funnier because of that. All these 100 cops come running into a bathroom with only 4 stalls. Like over 100 cops, and they get pushed out of a window and go flying. It was, for one, why did the cops not go, oh shit? And 2,
because they were shit.
Yeah, but 4 stalls. What were they doing? 2 to a stall?
I would also like to point out the character gets some rep in my book, because he provided the very first rule of being a fat ass when it comes to food. Mans was about to get electrocuted, and his first thought was scarf down the rest of his pizza. I can say I would probably do the same thing if I was in that situation.
Yes. Hey, this is
of course,
how
he
you know
scarfed
we're
it down because the
unscripted.
other guy wanted to take it from him.
Yes.
Exactly.
And to be fair, they ate her pizza, the last slice.
Which we find out about later.
Yes, he uses it as the Mr. Fucking purple beanie
Bandana.
bandana.
Paul, I think was his name.
I know one of them
Bartender.
called him Chief, so he's obviously the boss of their organization.
Maybe, or just the boss of the establishment they're staying at.
That too. But they did mention that he has a tech network.
Wang Paul.
So
Wang Paul.
Paul Wang.
So Paul Wang.
Paul Wang.
Mr. Wang.
They do mention that he does have a tech network, so I feel like he is kind of part of their organization. He's basically the tech guy, works from the sidelines.
Yeah, I think he was the one that got the floppy disk for him.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I feel like he's the tech guy of the organization. He does the work from the sidelines, the cyber stuff. And then you got these two nincompoops that just do the main work.
Yeah, but then he talks to them like he doesn't want them at his establishment.
Well, I mean, they talk bad about the establishment.
That's true.
That is a fair point.
At least Bond does. Ginji's a little smarter.
Yeah.
Ginji, like I said when we were watching, he looks like the animation they did to his face makes him look like a damn 12-year-old in a 30-year-old's body. And
His
he
face
acts
also
like
looks
that.
really small to his hair.
That's also true. And then when it comes to Bond, I don't. His hair is just spiky. Spiky hair. Spiky hair. Hair is equal spikes.
What's crazy is it reminds me of two friends I had back in high school.
Well then.
And they were pretty much exactly like that.
Oh, well, I mean, hey.
Just the blonde one was really short.
All right. Any other thoughts for the episode 1? Any other things to say? I mean, it's only episode 1, and we've only been going for 26 minutes, but I
mean, as middle tier as it turned out to be, I'm looking forward to seeing if the story progresses and everything develops. So I am looking forward to the rest of the season.
That's true.
I'm looking forward to see some better fights, and it's a shonen, so hopefully that means we're going to get some enemies that are powered too.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of what I'm worried about though slightly is it being kind of like those slice of lives where every episode is a separate thing without that big of an overarching story.
That's always a possibility as well.
Kind of like what Space Dandy is. Like only the the first 2 episodes or first couple episodes, and like once they set up all the characters, then everything else is just separate.
It just kind of like somehow works its way in.
Yeah, and then occasionally there's an overarching story thing that happens that they keep permanently, but outside of that, it's everything else is separate. So I hope that doesn't happen here. I mean, I can see it happening here because their whole thing is to get back whatever was stolen or lost.
Yeah, they're basically the vigilant. You know, the best thing I can compare them to in a sense is an alternate universe Robin Hood.
Yes.
They'll kind of take things back, but like at the same time, they're not necessarily stealing from the rich to give to the poor. They're literally just retrieving items that were stolen from normal people. And they're kind of like a mixture of vigilante mixed with like some kind of, I guess you can consider it like a supernatural superhero type of deal.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and, you know, going back to the audio quality, like, they kind of do talk like robots. And I'm not trying to hint that. I'm just saying, like, towards the end there, the girl's sleeping in the back of the car, and the way they were talking to each other was just so deadpan.
We're not trying to hint at anything, but we do have theories.
Yes. Well, our theories are mostly just towards the robotic Yakuza, because they were all the same fucking person.
Yeah.
I realize they do that in a lot of animes, more specifically, a lot of Western animation. If the bad guy's the bad guy or a henchman or whatever, they usually put them in looking all the same. Batman, the animation for Batman's were notorious for that. All the henchmen generally just looked the fucking same.
I will say this right now, though. If any of our theories do come out later on, and I see end credits that just read "Evil Henchman," I am gonna laugh myself into a coma.
What are you talking about? It's going to be Evil Henchman 1, 2, 3, or A, B, C.
Or like, I'm surprised they didn't give it away there, but they didn't give it away because the voice of the henchmen people didn't talk. If they talked, they would have to put them in the credits. So they would put, like, that would be funny if it's
Yakuza A, Yakuza B.
Yeah, but it would also be funny if they spoiled it. If, like, the Yakuza member spoke and they were like, robotic Yakuza member number 1, robotic Yakuza member number 2. That'd be hilarious because they seem to be very basic when it comes to the naming of the voice, giving credits. Like, the bad cop. Like,
come to think of it, now that I'm thinking on it, even towards the beginning of the episode, none of them actually talked. They literally just interacted and walked away.
Yep.
Yeah, they just stood there, they dropped the money to the cop, and then walked away.
And somehow can see with sunglasses in a dark alley in the dead of night.
That too.
Oh no, they're Terminators.
They're T-1000s.
Let's hope they're 800s. They're at least a little easier to take out.
Yeah.
I still don't understand. Why black? They look like FBI agents. Like,
they literally do look like Secret Service people.
I honestly kind of feel like they were, like, trying to push this anime to the Western audience. Because a lot of animes, they do reference Japan, call it Japan, blah, blah, blah. They didn't mention the city at all. They just lived there.
Also, let's point out that very big mindfuck in the end credits that says East-West Japan.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a thing. It's a label, apparently.
Okay, so now that makes sense. But as I said, if they were talking about, like, general directions, you cannot go east and west in the same direction.
Well, they started east and went west. I mean, it's always about the journey west, right?
Yeah.
Well, isn't that the Chinese stuff? I always hear about, like, journey to that area, usually.
Journey to the west, yeah, that is more Chinese.
Yeah, I always hear about that when it comes to that. So east-west is a label. Okay, if we knew about that from the beginning, it would make a lot more sense, but they just put east-west there randomly. They didn't call it a label.
Yeah, they didn't specify a label.
They didn't say it was part of the music. They just put east-west. And you're like, what the hell's east-west?
And then you got a nerd like me here trying to figure out how you go east and west in the same direction for about 5 minutes.
Yes.
Well, when you got clones of yourself like the Yakuza there, one can walk west, one can walk east. I'm not wrong.
No, you're really not wrong.
Oh, I just thought of something. Again, this is how you know this is unscripted, because we're bouncing all over the fucking place.
That's normal.
Yeah, that's true. But what I just thought of is we forgot to say, like, well, at least I forgot to say, it seems like they got their powers in that tower thing.
City.
That monolith that I sent you the picture of? Yeah.
Because they did spend a fair bit of time looking at that monolith city, like, whatever that's supposed to be.
Yeah, and that character, I keep forgetting his damn name, Ginji, had a flashback, and it seemed
with the saxophone.
With the weird, smooth jazz saxophone. And it seemed like it took place in that city. It might not have, but it definitely seemed like it.
Well, one thing I can honestly say just by looking at the list, once again, not to change subject, but, unscripted bouncing around here. One thing I've noticed, despite, like, how, I guess, decent is the word I'm looking for to put it, that this anime was at the time. It clearly got a lot of attention because even as you look at the voice actors, there's a Korean version, there's a Portuguese version, there's a Spanish version. So this anime had to have received quite a bit of attention around the globe.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at the rating. The 7.5 out of 10.
I mean, that I would say that's probably a high enough rating to justify getting attention around the globe, because if it wasn't receiving so much attention, why would there be the need to get, voice actors for all different type of, cultures and languages?
That's true. I mean, granted, it's just this website, but that's a good basis. My anime list, 7.5 out of 10, from 115,398 members voted on this.
And if it got like that decently high of like a score, I want to say, like, I'm starting to theorize that this is one of those animes that kind of like starts off slow. Like later as you progress through the season, it starts to pick up and it starts to get like a lot better than what it currently is.
Kind of like Fairy Tail, because like the first 3 episodes of Fairy Tail, you're sitting there like, why the fuck am I watching this?
Yeah, it's like it starts off slow, but then it really starts to pick up. It starts to pull you in. The story starts to improve. Like everything just genuinely gets better with each passing episode before it.
Yeah, there's a few anime like that. Like Showman Sample. It took me 4 times to get through that first episode.
Oh, the director of this anime is doing Spy X Family.
He also did Hunter x Hunter, which that's an iconic one in itself.
Hunter x Hunter.
Was that Do-Ro-Ro-Ro or something? Yeah, Do-Ro-Ro-Ro.
Yeah,
he also did Darker Than Black as well. That's another good one.
Yeah, and he did Gunslinger Girl. Obviously,
Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn.
So he directed episode 1 through 2. I don't understand this. Okay.
He also did Code.
That was the opening and the ending. Is the OP and the ED.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He directed the opening and closing songs.
He also did Code Geass. I always butcher the name of that. My apologies.
I think it's Geass. Yeah. Well, he was the storyboard for that one, so he helped make it. He wasn't the director. He's listed as the director for these and storyboarder for Getbackers, director and storyboarder for Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. The reason why we're not saying his name, because we don't want to butcher the Japanese names. I apologize right offhand. So, but
I will put a disclaimer out right in the beginning. I am horrible with pronouncing Japanese names, and I do not want to butcher any type of name from such a fantastic culture.
Yes.
Oh, he did the French one.
Huh?
Le Cavalier d'Ion.
Hmm.
That's an anime that takes place in France.
And all of these are really high numbers on the ones.
So
that
he's got quite a reputation by the looks of it.
Fatal Fury?
Yeah, apparently.
The New Battle.
And Legend of the Hungry
Wolf.
Yeah, so far, from what I've seen, he hasn't directed a low-numbered thing. And this is, well, I mean, pretty high.
Definitely some easily recognizable animes and or movies.
There's another director, episode director, and another episode director. So let's pull these 2 people up. Oh, well, this person did Naruto.
Cowboy Bebop. Naruto movies.
Gungrave.
Basilisk.
More Naruto, Tokyo Underground. Peter Pan no...
I didn't even know there was a Peter Pan type of anime. You learn something new every day.
Oh, no.
Peter Pan no Bokun. Bokin.
That's not why I was saying oh, no.
Oh, what were you
Peter
saying?
Pan and Wendy.
What were you saying? No.
The Neo Ranga. Click on that one. Is that what I think it is? Okay, no, it's not what I thought it was.
And then you see this guy was also he did no voice acting. He was
Data
also,
Live?
He's the director and another director and episode director. So he did Data Live. Data Live
I will
2.
also give him props. That man is spotting a phenomenal
3.
beard.
Oh yeah.
School Days. Oh God, no. Data Live the movie.
It looks like he did all the Data Lives, and he was the director of all of them. Digimon.
Oni-chan, no. Okay, I think I know that one.
Because I don't
Nope,
like my big
I
brother
don't know
at
it.
all.
Nope, don't know that one. Name sounds hilarious, though.
But look at the drawing style of the characters.
That's how I know I didn't see it.
That is a interesting art style.
I hate to say it, this art style gives me the honka 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 type of anime. It looks like they're gonna have. Let's see. It's PG-13, teens or older. So never mind. It's not a honka honka honka. But it looks bad.
Honka honka.
Okay, now you made me think of the name of the bar that they go to eat at in Getbackers. A honky tonk.
Honky tonk. Yay.
Yes, let's just point out that the bar that they're stationed at is
Kiss
called
My
Honky
Deity.
Tonk.
Digimon.
Cheating Craft.
I saw Persona in there. That's an iconic name.
Persona 3, the movie Falling Down.
So he's got some good ones too.
Yeah, it seems like the directors, all of them, have high marks on all of their...
They have
Yomaria?
reputation.
Oh no, Photon, really?
That's an interesting art style. That's almost like a Sailor Moon type of art style.
1997.
I tried that one.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's kind of like a Sailor Moon type of art style. If I had to
Ginji Muyo. Malice doll?
Whoa,
That looks CG, not even anime.
Well, the description
What the
kind
fuck?
I think we stumbled onto the interesting
Abandoned Human City. I wonder if she's the one that made it abandoned.
No, you're forgetting the most important part. Malice, a sex robot living in an abandoned human city, is assaulted and violated by a mysterious creature.
Hentai.
Okay, so this is definitely.
But no nudity? What? It's R-17 for violence and profanity.
Hours.
Yeah, I gotta look this one up.
Ew. Yeah, you're right.
What?
Yeah, no, it's all CG. It's not
It's
not animated at all.
It's old Resident Evil CG.
Oh no, not that type of CG.
That's exactly what it looks like. Old Resident Evil CG.
Oh my god.
The tears are in triangles.
What the hell is this? Oh god, it looks like one of those hand puppets.
Why?
Yeah,
Get it off the screen.
It looks like a very creepy rendition of a ventriloquist dummy.
Yes, the thing I think is funny though, it's R-17 plus for violence and profanity, no nudity. But she's a
But yet the
robot.
description says a sex robot.
And she's assaulted and violated.
So yeah, there's probably nudity. They just didn't put it on.
What did they do in terms of violation? Did they defrag her hard drive?
Well, we're definitely off top. We're supposed to be talking about Getbackers, so let's go away.
Well, we did say this was unscripted and that there was a lot of bouncing around.
That's
but
true.
This could also lead to comedy segment.
Oh no.
Hello, nurse.
And this is what I like.
Hey, right there, RX for hentai. So this one's definitely a hentai.
Oh god.
This on the screen right here is what I like to call demonetization.
Yeah, well, thankfully they're not going to see that. they're not going to get a black screen. They're just going to get a picture of Getbackers and the occasional thing that I think they should look at, because they don't need to see this.
Nobody needs to see this.
And it's not
I'm
ranked.
sure you'll edit some of this out too.
Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, it's going to stay unedited.
That works.
But look at this. It's not ranked. No one wants to admit they watched it, yet 812 users gave it a score.
How is that even possible?
I think it's this thing that they didn't want to do.
Okay, I need to go watch it and just say masterpiece and just watch it. Right.
Oh my god. Well, Gideon is clearly going to be the first sacrificial lamb of the group, I guess.
Okay, so this guy, this smug bastard with the glorious beard,
It's some great anime and some interesting hentai.
He knows what he did. He knows what he did.
That's the smile.
Yes, that's the smile. He knows what
Notice
he
how
did.
you tried to make the picture bigger and it got smaller?
Yeah.
That plan kind of backfired.
Can I...
Nothing you do is working.
He knows what he did.
You know, it's the first time I've seen an Asian with a glorious beard like that.
Yeah, that's actually really glorious.
I will give him lots of credits.
I'm just going to keep going smaller.
He's shrinking. He's like, he don't exist.
But yet the beard is still visible.
Yeah, at the smallest, you can that's what he is. He just becomes the beard.
He has become one with the beard.
Okay, so the directors, let's check on the sound director. I already checked on this dude. The sound director has done... I know this one's a popular one.
Violet Evergarden is very popular. I remember when that came out, people were telling me I should watch it.
Shinobu Domo Cud. I stopped trying.
Chinibio. Another Delusions.
Another Delusions, yeah. Okay. That's
Woohoo! I like that one.
Well, that's a very nice pistol she's holding, to say the least.
It's fake.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Because she still uses it. Hey! What's her name's Dragon Maid?
Yeah.
Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Yeah, I like that one. It was actually a pretty good one.
I only watched the first couple episodes. I never finished it. I need to go back.
As well. So he must have worked with Studio... What was it? Studio Ghibli that got burnt down? No, it was Kyoto Animations, I believe.
Yeah, Kyoto, because Ghibli went away and then some other companies brought him back.
Where were we? We're here. Yeah, so he must have worked with Kyoto, whatever, and because a lot of these are their animes.
Clannad. Inuyasha!
Yeah, Kyoto.
That is a very iconic name in itself.
Yeah, right there, Inuyasha. Oh.
So he's been a sound director on a lot of really... So no wonder the music was good. It was just...
Hellsing.
Excel World? Hellsing?
That's one that I know.
Okay,
right
yeah,
there.
no, he's done some... Excel World we gotta watch.
Yeah, that's going to be on the list. He's done a lot of very good sound direction, and I hope he wasn't the one that. If he's sound director, that means
he chose the saxophone.
Yeah, but he is also in charge of mixing it. So that one scene, well, he's the director, so it might not have been his fault specifically. It might have been someone in the studios, but he wrote off on that one scene where they were all talking over each other.
Once again, we could also point out the fact that there are a couple factors that could explain that. Either not the high quality tech yet, or maybe just getting their start.
That, and also probably the fact that since he was the director, he probably wasn't personally working on it. He might have done a few things, but it was more than likely just a bunch of people in a room, and he overseen them.
And if he would have been personally working on it, there's the chance that it could have turned out better than what it turned into.
Yeah, because he did a lot of sound directing for a lot of stuff. So yeah, okay. Yeah. Full Metal Panic.
Full Metal Panic. Hanon. Chrome Crusade. Oh, Dancing a Vampire Bun. That one's good.
Yeah,
Big order.
He's got a lot of very good animes under his belt as the sound director.
Macross.
So I have to state that more than likely he didn't either catch that, or they didn't have time to re-record it, or they were just getting started, blah blah blah. This is an old, I mean, it's 2007, this anime.
Wait, I think I just saw Witchblade.
Yeah, Witchblade was in that list.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, Witchblade right there. Huh.
It was 2007, and this anime was taken in 2002, so that is quite a substantial gap for technology at the time. Because technology did undergo a lot of changes in that bridge from, say, 2002 to 2007, even into early 2008.
No, 2002, 2003. So, yeah. So this is a pretty old anime. And, yeah, there's some animes in here that are older, if not the same thing, with better audio quality. But, again, it could just be
a tech issue.
Yeah.
Appleseed.
2004. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, this is a pretty decent, like, when we get back into the Getbackers, but,
I see what you did there.
I didn't necessarily do it on purpose. I just noticed what I did, and I laughed at myself. That's all that
You
matters.
did it on purpose, you smug bastard. You
I
know
like
what you
how
did.
in Spanish and French they gave Getbackers a space.
But yet, everything else, it doesn't get a space.
Yeah.
The Germans and the English, no space.
No space.
Probably in Japanese too, but I'm not going to try to translate.
Most likely. And honestly, probably in Russian too, if they had it.
Maybe.
If they had it, yeah.
Did they have Russian voice actors? Probably not. They have Japanese, English, Portuguese, French, Spanish, Korean. So, but my whole thing is, I would like to know why they have multiple of. For example, they have 2 Spanish people, 2 English people.
I'm gonna say at some point we're gonna see him as a kid or something.
That
could be a possibility.
Maybe
they just swapped up the voice actors at some point.
Because I mean, if it was just one,
I like
one
how
group
a
like
female
just English
of Japanese female. I just noticed this voiced Ginji.
And a guy.
Time.
I'm gonna go back to. I think it was because of when he was a kid.
Maybe.
Okay, to be
We've
fair,
already seen he gets he already had one flashback in episode 1.
That's true.
So maybe he gets a bunch more.
To be fair, there have been quite a few iconic animes where several main characters that you wouldn't think were voiced by females were actually voiced by females.
Goku is, up there. Ash, Ketchum,
Naruto.
Even Bart Simpson, and he's not anime.
That's true.
So, I mean...
You want to know my stupid ass? I was about to say, and Lisa Simpson, but then I thought about it for a second. Yeah, I was just like, wait.
And this is how we go from anime to The Simpsons in one fell sentence.
Well, I mean, they are on, season 28? 29?
Yeah. No. It's a lot. I just...
Can't wait till we meet these other characters.
Also,
look, I saw Elsing down there.
My apologies to the crowd watching. My chair is indeed very squeaky, and I need to fix that.
I just, for a second there, I thought the voice actor for one of the other characters was the same one. I seen this picture, and I thought he was this dude because of the white background and their weird hairstyle. No offense to this Japanese person.
Who's wearing a bow tie?
Mm-hmm.
The bow tie of power.
Tokyo Rave.
I like how it gives you these important information. His height,
favorite
his
color,
weight,
favorite color, blood type.
Well, in Japan and Asian cultures, blood type means a lot. So, I guess that's important. but
somehow.
yes. Buzz Vibes is his alternate name.
Buzz Vibe. That sounds like the name of like a K-pop star.
He looks like a K-pop star.
Yeah,
With that
he
bow
really
tie. I mean, he seriously does.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say
Google
I
can
cannot
translate.
read any of this.
It doesn't. Oh, he is a J-pop star right here, right here, right here,
Aha!
right here. I just can't read the rest of it. It's just I recognize J-pop. That's it.
I recognize
He's part of-
2017.
I think he's part of whatever band this is. No, that's the studio. He's part of that band. No, that's Japan.
He's part of that band. No, that's Japan.
No, that's continent. Sorry.
Maybe. These are probably the bands.
MKB.
Let's. Just,
Mortal Kombat Baseball.
I wish Google Translate would do something, but
Usually I have to right click on there.
You might have to literally just highlight everything and then right click.
I don't care anymore. Well,
Hey,
actually, something.
Well, we were right.
Yeah, something we can do. Hold up. Search. Oh, I guess the band was Buzz Vibes.
Huh. Buzz Parade.
Calling you.
Oh, shit! Ow!
What did you do?
I pressed.
We didn't hear anything.
I know. I pressed play and about blew my fucking eardrums out.
He got buzzed and vibed.
Oh, and this isn't even the right song I clicked on. It's because I don't have a subscription. Ow. Oh my god, my ear holes.
All 7 of them.
Let's just pull this up again, grab this, go to YouTube real quick. You guys aren't going to hear this. I just want to see that. I can make it to where you can hear this in a second. But they heard that because my audio went through my headset. So the viewers have heard that. So I'm going to have to put an audio warning just before that. Oh!
Sounds like you've got some work to do.
Ow.
And maybe some ear repair.
I think we'll listen to this afterwards so I don't have to worry, or we don't have to worry about copyright claims. So we'll do that later. But, okay, so we were right. He's part of Buzz Vibes. And I've never heard of Buzz Vibes. But granted, I listen to more K-pop than J-pop.
Sounds like a parody version of Buzz Lightyear.
Alright, here's Buzz Vibes. Let's see how many people like them. This is not the right Buzz Vibes. This is definitely not the right Buzz Vibes.
This is clearly not the right Buzz Vibes.
Is this sex products? Is that say vagina?
And once again, this is where editing comes into play.
I'm not editing shit. People are going to just experience this. This is good for them. This is healthy.
I wouldn't necessarily say that.
This is healthy for their ear holes.
Depends on who is watching.
Exactly.
You now have a message from Amazon. We recommend this.
Oh, man.
I can't see how... Well, they're part of Bandai Namco.
Oh, God.
And it looks like they're funk music. Well, anyway, the character, the artist who did the voice of Ginji is a, well, J-pop star. So I apologize.
Who is
for
now
your
capable of
hair.
blowing out Broken's eardrums.
There, it was not even them. It was a complete. It pulled up like some kind of gangster rap song. because the very first line, which got me to basically shout into my microphone, was "Hoodo!" Very fucking loud. And it sounded like it was going to drop the bass directly after that.
No wonder you clicked it off as quickly as you did.
Oh.
It dropped the bass in his ear holes, and now his ears are now bleeding.
I thought that was Jason Statham for a second, but it's definitely not. Because, I mean...
That would be Jason Statham on Wish.
Yes. I mean, you can kind of see, like, if I'm scrolling down, because that's kind of the picture that Jason Statham takes. So, like, I didn't notice anything. I was just like, wait. You know what I mean? And then I seen it was Spanish. And he doesn't, for one, I feel sorry for this dude. He doesn't look Spanish. Daniel Albanaki.
Well, you got to remember, they're not going to grab people that look, Spanish or whatever. They're going to...
Well, that's true. They're going to get the people for the voice and they can do the voice, yes. So I felt very racist for a second. But, still...
You're not racist, you're just a dumbass.
Yes.
We all are.
Bleach.
He did Bleach. Did he do the voice in English?
Oh, he did the voice of him. I can't think of his name.
Nope, he did.
He's
it in
got the
Spanish.
69 on his face.
Well, hey, this guy is, he's clearly Spanish, just didn't look Spanish. I feel...
I recognize Bleach. I have some of that downstairs.
Yeah, what is Bleach? we
Pokemon Generations.
Yeah, we should look up Bleach and see how, what Bleach is. I mean, Bleach seems like a popular anime. I mean, I've never really heard of it,
And the halfway point for that one would be about episode...
What, like 200?
200?
Yeah.
Episode a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, get rid of that.
It's like right now it'd be like episode 150, but they got 2 more seasons coming out, so...
Good lord. Yeah, this Getbackers has 49 episodes. And I feel like it's season 1 and season 2, but...
it looks like it's all season 1.
It doesn't say how many seasons.
Well, I mean, that's like Sword Art Online. Everybody mistakes the Alfheim where he gets the wings as season 2. It's not. It's part of season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just says episodes, so yeah, this is just season 1. Good lord, 49 episodes for a season 1. I'm so used to them just blue-balling us with 12 episodes.
I got a couple seasons on the wall over here that's like 50, 60 episodes.
Or, if you're a fan of Attack on Titan, you've also known that some anime can, let's just say, smack us with the first half of a second season in 1 year and make us wait an entire year to get the second half of the very same season.
Yeah, I've seen it on other ones.
And I absolutely hate when that happens.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, my sweet God.
It's Wish Akano.
Anyway. Oh, I like how it gives a description of the entire episode. A schoolgirl named Natsumi loses a kitty keychain from her mother when a cop thinks she took a picture of him giving information to the Yakuza henchman, Paul Wan, owner of the Honky Tonk Cafe, and friends of the Getbackers, lectures Bon and Ginji to accept the case. After many failed plans, pizza laxative trying to get in through a window that's locked on the outside, but he's sticking his face on it, and no cop seems to think that's suspicious. They're not cleaning the windows. They're just slamming their face into the windows. That's not suspicious at all. Let's see. After many failed plans, Getbackers finally retrieve the stolen object, but Natsumi has been captured by the cop. They still refer to him as the cop. And Yakuza henchmen. The Getbackers rush the scene. Ginji summons lightning from his body, resembling that of an electric eel. That did not look like an electric eel. That looked like that one black superhero from the, I think,
Static
90s.
Shock.
Static Shock. That's what that reminded me of. Afterwards, Bond whips out a 200-kilogram force grip. An illusion from Bond's evil eye causes the cop to dream of killing both Bond and Ginji and then being shot to death by policemen. Those did not look like policemen. After the evil eye ends, Natsumi is given back her keychain. Later, Natsumi attains a part-time job at the Honky Tonk Cafe where the Getbackers usually hang out.
They look kind of like SWAT team.
Yeah,
I still would like to know how they came up with the name Honky Tonk for a cafe in Japan.
I mean, everything in this anime seems to be smooth jazz related.
Because, like, to be fair, not trying to stereotype here by any means, but Honky Tonk for a cafe literally sounds like it would be an American thing.
I genuinely think they were trying very hard to sell this to America. Because, like I said, almost every other anime you watch, and especially, like, the ones around this time, they do bring up Japan. They're like, oh, we're in Japan. Japan this, Japan that, or whatever. This one has not mentioned the city once.
Not at all.
They live there. Which, okay, to be fair, who talks about living in their city all the fucking time?
That is true. But let's not forget that they imported Herbie the Love Bug.
I'm still so confused. Like, that car has a mind of its own almost, but they're driving it, so I mean, it was a very strange situation. I'm gonna get rid of this, but I pulled this up around the same time.
How about I throw something else out about the anime?
Well, go ahead. That's what this.
Their little fight
when
they were fighting over the pizza. How horrible it was animated.
It was animated so horribly, but that was part of the funny. That they did it
horribly animated, but it was definitely like
hilarious.
A stereotype, like animation type of funny.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, no, I liked it.
It was actually genuinely pretty funny. I'm so concerned over just. I genuinely hope that this anime gets better. The voice acting though, just, I'm so serious. I'm talking like this now. You better give us back the girl. Like,
as bad as some of it sounds, I do want to see it get better because it is to a certain point enjoyable, especially if you're a fan of the comedic arts, shall we say.
Yeah, there was several scenes that just I burst out laughing. It was a good smile on my face time. So okay, exactly. You know what?
I'm curious as to if some of the voice actors, if this isn't their first thing, and then they went on to other thing. Because I've watched anime. And I found out that it was so-and-so's very first anime, and it was just as bad as what we're seeing.
And then every project
but they got better
after just got progressively better and went up the ladder, so to speak.
Mr.
Not
Weaver,
this guy.
Jay Shannon, the voice of Ginji, which, like I said, he was the only one that seemed like a quality voice actor. I said that.
Yeah.
So he started in 1997. Let's see the voice actor for. I don't like how they have
Ginji.
this set up. They should have the main three up here.
Yeah, the setup is kind of a bit
on right there,
so to speak.
Jason Lebert was the one that had a whole bunch.
He started in 1992.
He don't have an excuse.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Although look at what he's working on in '92 though.
Yeah, Crayon Shinchan. He did Dragon Ball Z. Okay.
One Piece in '99.
Yeah, One Piece, and he's probably still doing One Piece unless they killed this character off. I wouldn't know. And then Getbackers in 2002. So he doesn't really have an excuse. But to be fair. Well,
it could also be the director.
Yeah, it could also be the director's fault. But the director didn't have an excuse either. All of them had really great movies under their belt.
Well, I mean, the director could have just wanted it a certain way.
That's true.
And that's the thing. There's always a lot of factors that could come into play with all this different type of stuff. Like you never know what the factors are actually going to be because
It could have just
there's
been the
literally
script.
there's an endless list of possibilities.
Yeah, because remember, there are real shitty movies out there where A-list actors have to be like it almost ruins their career because it's like the world's shittiest movie, and it's because of
Yeah,
the
and people don't
script.
realize that's how the script is because a lot of people don't realize writing. It's not necessarily the actors. A lot of it has to do with the writing of the movie itself.
Yeah, so he was told to be a certain way, and
Exactly.
he was being a certain way. Now,
Hmm.
granted, he only has 3 things before it, so he's kind of starting his career. At least in anime, 3 things in anime.
I bet with his character, because all of his other ones seem like supporting, except Tapion, who was probably a villain. I can't tell by that picture.
Tapion is a fictional character from the Dragon Ball Z movie 13, Wrath of the Dragon. He acts as a protagonist of the film and is described as the legendary hero from the planet Contest.
I remember.
Okay, I remember him now. Yeah, this is probably the first time he had to act the way they have him acting, and he's just
He's
learning and getting
roughly
into the
6
part.
feet tall and has light purple skin. That does not look like light purple skin.
No, it
That is literally just a typical Caucasian white. That is not purple by any means.
And a mohawk similar to that of Supreme Kai of bright red. Okay, that kind of looks orange though. He wields a sword and an ocarina, which he says are gifts from God. Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, you're probably right. He only did 1 movie as a main character, and like when I said, oh, he did Dragon Ball Z, that's not an excuse. And I thought about it. A lot of the Dragon Ball Z stuff. This is gonna give me a lot of hate. I'm gonna get punched in the balls by the community. Anyway, a lot of the Dragon Ball Z stuff is overacting to the extreme. They're always constantly yelling or constantly just, oh, what's going on?
As much of a diehard fan of Dragon Ball that I am, I will say, to an extent, I do agree that a lot of it is overacting, and that is coming from somebody who's been a fan of Dragon Ball since they were a small child.
Yeah, I only liked, I think, the first or second season. Like, when they were kind of normal-ish, and they were fighting whatever the rebellion thing was. That's all I remember. Like, the first or second season, like, I only liked that. And then they just went... That's a review for a different time. Anyway.
I was going to say, I only liked Z. I didn't care for the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
And now I got hate.
But yeah, so... Okay, so he only did 1 main character. It's just... We're being overly critical, but that's the thing. We semi-enjoyed this, so we can only be... Like, especially when he went on to be really good voice actors. So he got better. Especially the fact that he's Dabi in Boku no Hero.
My Hero Academia.
Yeah, My Hero Academia. And
he's actually a really loved character on there, even though he's a bad guy.
Yeah, a lot of people really like him. So he went on to be a really good voice actor. So we have to give him some credit to the fact that, for one, he's still voicing this dude. As I was scrolling down, I see, like, he's still voicing One Piece stuff, because it says airing right next to it. So he's still doing One Piece. So we have to give him some credit. And he's done all these other things. And the fact that One Piece, now that I think about it, maybe One Piece was taking up all his damn time, and he had to do Getbackers, on the side.
That is a possibility because, I mean, look at One Piece. Look at how long it's been going. Look how it's still going.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, look at the character he played.
Yeah.
The typical gangster-looking type.
Show spoiler. Did they already kill him off?
No, because he's still going. So yeah, so okay, so there's a lot of factors, but like we've said, the voice acting was not the best in Get Backers. The voice acting was just I I hate to say it, but it's been some of the worst voice acting I've heard so far. Granted, Gideon has probably heard a lot worse than I have when it comes to voice acting. I don't know about Dart, but the voice acting in Get Backers and a lot of the situations, a lot of the scenes, was some of the worst I have ever seen. And it really kind of hurt to watch in some of the scenes. I almost said some of the episodes. We haven't watched anything after the first one yet. But again,
like I'm kind of the same with the voice acting.
Yeah,
In
no,
terms
the
of some
voice
of
acting was bad.
in terms of like some of the worst voice acting, that I kind of I don't know how I feel on that one because I with the vast amount of anime I've watched over the years, I will come to say that a lot of animes that I've watched that have been rated as like some of the worst are like some of my favorite. Because I have when it comes to my opinions on like anime and stuff, I'm very in one galaxy while semi touching into another galaxy. Like I'm an oddball when it comes to anime. So it's kind of like I have some very mixed things on some popular ones as opposed to some of the worst ones. I have very high looks at it. But then again, that's just me. I'm an oddball. So
well,
it's kind
I'm
of
the
hard
same way.
to
Just because I hate the voice acting on this. Just because I really despise the voice acting doesn't mean that it might end up, hating the anime. It might end up being
yeah,
one of my favorites.
Well, hey, I'm
exactly.
going to throw this one out there as an example. William Shatner, Star Trek.
The
The
overacting.
first movie, oh my God, was horrible. The second one was light years better because he toned it down. When he did the
Mhm.
first movie, it was as if he was on Broadway. So
Yeah,
he overacted everything, and I own the movie. I like Star Trek and Star Wars, so I'm an oddball too.
that's true.
And I like a
Yeah.
lot of anime.
I realized, didn't he come from Broadway? And that's kind
Yes.
of yeah, because on Broadway, because one of my exes who, well, anyway, she used to do a lot of Broadway stuff, and she said that they have to overact so the audience can understand what's going on. So because they're up on stage and 90% of the time you're not going to really hear them, so you're going to have to kind of go through social cues. So it's one of those things where I get it, I guess, but this is anime. You,
Yeah.
you know, but if you're coming from Broadway or if this is your first gig, I've also been told by voice coaches and stuff that a lot of people tend to overact when it's their first actual gig because they're trying to show their range of emotions.
They're trying to show their potential, which they're hoping is eventually going to branch into blossoming their career, so to speak.
Which to say, the overacting from the female main character that we meet, she's just went on to do B movie horror. So
Yeah.
clearly
And by
it
the looks of
failed.
it, not even remotely decent ones.
Yeah, no, not even remotely good. I I feel sorry for her. I mean, it might have been a personal choice. Maybe she decided, oh, anime's not for me, and decided to move on. Okay, cool. But you moved on from potential going because she did have that good girl voice, like the stereotypical high pitched anime girl voice.
Yeah.
But so she could have continued. However, she stopped and now she's doing horror movies, and I'm just really I feel bad for her. If it wasn't her choice and this just ruined her career, then I understand. But at the same time, I don't think it did because all the directors have done really good shit. The other two English voice actors have like mega anime under their belts.
Mm-hmm.
So if she would have just continued, she probably would have been just fine.
Yeah.
But she stopped and went to do B-movie horror. Again, maybe it was since this was the only anime or only voice work she's ever done, at least from what IMDb says. Maybe she just didn't think it was for her.
Yeah, it's always a possibility.
Of course, she could have also said, "Oh, there's no future in anime."
There's
Boy, was she
lot of
wrong.
those. Yeah, considering, but here's the thing: anime started like back in 1990s, and were already really good and really popular.
Well, they were just getting popular in the 2000s, though.
Oh yeah, in America,
People in America were still kind of looking down on it.
That's true.
Yeah.
There were over here, but they weren't super popular yet. It started becoming popular in the 2000s. You're right, but you know, that's probably why she did it. This is 2002, so she's like, oh, you know, this stuff is starting to get popular. Let me go, you know, give it a try. And then didn't like it. Maybe even though Getbackers seems to have a lot of... How did I end up here? Anyway, Getbackers seems to have a lot of popularity. I mean, it's 7.5 out of, you know, 51,740 votes. But about 115,398 members have watched it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's not a lot of votes, but out of everyone who voted, that's a decent number.
That's a pretty decent score considering the number of votes that were given.
Yeah,
Because like it could have been a lot lower. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, and then,
going off the first episode, it could have been tragic.
Yeah, it could have definitely been tragic, because the first episode, there was a lot of really, really cringy stuff.
But, well, like you said, also, the first episode sometimes is a pilot, actually for everything, even TV series.
Well, in TV series, they usually have
hopefully,
called the pilot. So,
hopefully episode 2
gets a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it went on for 49 episodes, so clearly we're wrong about something.
Yeah, people had to have enjoyed it if it would have kept going, because if people wouldn't have enjoyed it based off the first episode, it wouldn't have lasted long.
Yeah, with how the Japanese are.
It probably would have wound up being, let's just say, for example, maybe like a 12-episode series. So for it to get 50 episodes, that's pretty substantial.
Yeah.
Well, 49 episodes. I'm off by one. Potato.
Yeah.
There's an OVA out there somewhere. We'll find it.
I'd laugh my ass off, though, if you looked on your site there, Gridian, that Getbackers is getting another season.
Oh, give me a second and I'll check it.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. We're about to get a knowledge bomb here.
Yeah, and if it turns out that it's getting another season, we're not reviewing that directly after this one. We're gonna go.
Seasons 5 announced. What?
Like, oh god, it's more popular than I thought. Yeah, while you're doing that, if we look at the main picture they're using here, there seems to be a big cast of characters that are gonna get important eventually.
I want to find out who Big Hat Man is.
Yeah, he's right here. Well, he does look like Helsing.
He does. Like, I get some massive Alucard vibes off of him.
Judging by the suit, he's Yakuza, though.
Yeah.
So there were 39 manga volumes.
Okay.
And 49 TV episodes. It doesn't even say that there was anything for a novel, which is interesting, because usually a manga comes from a light novel.
Yeah, the light
or
novel...
nowadays a web novel.
Yeah.
So the light novels usually are, more ready, more stuff, and then it goes to manga, and then it goes from there to the anime. But if it didn't have a light novel, I'm very... So was it like, since it was back in 2000s, was it like one of those newspaper animes where they had like a couple strips on the end of their newspapers?
The manga ended in 99.
Huh.
That's quite.
And it's a shonen, so it was probably in the Shonen Jump series.
Maybe.
But I will say this: 39 volumes, 49 episodes.
Yeah.
I kind of want to read it to see how close it is to the manga now. Because that sounds like they probably tried to stay as close as they could.
That's true.
Because the manga came out in 99, the anime came out in 2002.
That's true. That's very true. I keep staring at this picture because is this a giant fucking snake?
It's probably an Asian dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or because they keep calling him an eel, you're going to find out it's a giant eel.
Either that, or think of it this way. When we watched that first episode, when he was starting to trigger his power, he almost had kind of like, I want to say like snake eyes.
That's true.
That could be the result of what happens when he fully unleashes his power. Because remember, he didn't fully do it. He only gave a partial. So
that just sounds
to say
wrong.
when he who's to say when he when the time comes, if the time comes where he does fully unleash his power based on that picture, that could very well be the aftermath of it.
I see it here. Look, this looks like it's a comic from America. So this is what it was like in Japan. So this is volume 10. So they got the characters looking pretty much the same, unless this was the it says AD film. So this is on the cover of the DVD case. Never mind. But Get Back to the Future.
The hell?
Interesting.
So they fell to the past?
There's a lot of things that we're probably going to find out as we continue this series that are probably not going to make a lot of sense, but by the end of it, it's probably going to connect.
Now you've got me thinking of this dude. Like, seriously though, he's just an Alucard from Wish.
Alucard meets Black Butler.
Yeah, and like,
oh,
considering he has the suit here, he's probably Yakuza.
Oh, no doubt, because according to this anime, every Yakuza wears a fucking black suit.
Yeah, that's true.
So wait a minute. He's the Django that they're all cloned from.
If that turns out to be a real plot point, I'm gonna be so fucking mad.
If that turns out to be a real plot point, at this point, I'm led to believe that Gideon can see the future.
Okay, so these two people were shown in the flashback.
Yeah, go back to the characters. The main, I think their part going to be brought in at some point.
Yeah, that's true.
More than likely.
I'm not I'm so lazy. I'm not showing.
I'm happy that was water and not my whiskey.
Yeah, I feel sorry for our viewers because I'm so lazy. I'm not going to show anything we're looking at. They're just going to be staring at this picture that I downloaded. Just this.
I sent you another picture you could throw up there, the one we talked about.
Well, yeah, I know. When we talk about it, it's going to show up. But, like, for now...
Ding, it's this little bubble right here.
Yeah, for example...
You have to remember, our host is also lazy.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I will love to have an editor, and I do like editing stuff, but this is a long-form podcast and random thoughts. So I feel bad for an editor sitting here for an hour and 28 minutes just putting random shit that we're talking about. Now,
okay, if an editor has to sit here and listen to us for an hour, he's going to end up in a psych ward.
Exactly. So that's why they're just going to get the one picture and maybe an occasional thing that pops up to show what we're talking about. So, yeah. So you said those two characters. So that would be this one right here, I think.
That looks like the girl.
Yeah. So she shows up. I like how they give you the birthday and the blood type of the character. And it's not a female.
What?
It's not?
Look, sex
Apparently
male.
It says male.
Oh, I was wrong. Looks like a girl though.
Weapons,
And
threads. That reminds me of the servant from Hellsing, because he had those threads that would cut through people. The strings.
Yes.
There's the other guy.
Well, I mean, this one's obviously a male. If it said female, I'd get real pissed.
No gender. What?
Okay, so male. We're not going to talk about their powers because we haven't really met them yet. Okay, so there's just 2 males. Well, then who was the female? Because there was definitely a female talking in that flashback. This one?
Well, go back to the one that I thought was a female. Is there any English female actresses with the voice?
No.
No.
But I'd like to point out the French actor looks like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory.
He does. Who is... I feel sorry for Mr. Matt Hillslop. Heslop? I don't care. That's the only voice acting role they're credited for.
Just like the poor one girl, he lost his career after this one. Uh-oh.
This is...
IMDb. Yeah.
Movies and TV shows. I would like to point out the second option that was in the... Wait, known for DC Universe Online. Huh?
Dr. Thaddeus Badog.
I'm looking at that second choice. As soon as you said that.
I am not going to read what the bottom of that says.
Oh, but look what he was in Foreplay.
Oh my.
And he was a clown in Tree Life. Tree of Life, my bad.
I am.
No wonder
not
he
even...
walked away from anime.
I am
he
not
really
even gonna read that. What the fuck is an inorganic biker?
Huh?
Look at the bottom there where it says birth. Inorganic biker.
Number 2, which means there's a number 1.
Oh, he did another anime before,
Oh, wow, look at that one's... Look at when it came out!
Good God!
I was 3 years old!
How old is this motherfucker?
1984.
Matt, Mr. Hislop, I see that you've done some really weird shit. One that we can't say, even though we're uncensored.
But want to watch it.
Yeah, we can't say this because we'll definitely get in trouble. But we can talk about the name of the movie. It's called Love and Air Sex. But we can't say what you played because that will get us in trouble.
That will most definitely get us in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah, demonetized all the way.
Well, I don't think we really care about that at the moment. But we definitely don't want to get the video taken down. This word right here alone would probably entirely fuck the entire thing.
It'd get rid of the channel. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
I don't think the YouTube algorithm would be too happy with us, quite frankly.
Yeah. So okay. So you've done some things, Mr. Matt Hillslope. No wonder
you've had some quote unquote adventures.
Yeah. No.
Then them
wonder.
adventures ruined his movie career. It looks like.
Is this him right here? This can't be him. Because if he did something in 1984, this is no way it's him. Unless he.
I mean, he's got the hairstyle for the one part.
That might be him right there. Wait, that was probably him because of
let's not.
He's definitely
Okay.
Okay, let's not.
And oh man. Yeah, no, I see why his career died.
Well,
not.
He was definitely that one dude that we were saying with the gray in his beard. That was him. So, because I was the only old dude there. So,
This is one of those situations where I like to call it a let's nod and regretfully say that we did.
I'm so confused.
Trust me, viewers, you don't want to see what we just witnessed.
Yeah, no.
That's definitely going to be a part that nobody should have to see.
Thank God this one ain't got videos.
Anyway, Mr. Matt Hilson.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Huh?
I hate to say it, but click on that one again.
Oh no. Oh no.
I see the same guy. Oh no. He is the first guy.
I don't think he's this dude. I think he's the old dude we've seen in. I can't click on the video because it will unmute, but I think he's.
Yeah, let's not unmute.
Yeah, no,
this.
let's not watch it again. No, we don't need to.
He's. Why are they? He's that dude right here. That's the
okay.
only.
Let's
Let's stop it from here. And I gotta say something, Mr. IMBD. All of these children. All of these.
That's a bit disturbing.
Children. Granted, they don't have control what shows up right here. Well, they do, but they don't know.
No, but the irony of mix matching here.
It hurts.
My soul is now partially more dead than what it already was.
Yeah, see, that's another old dude. So I think it was that dude. Anyway, oh, he did it. Is this another anime?
Oh no!
My God, that's actually a decent one. I've heard of this one.
That's vintage sci-fi.
Yes. So okay, Mr. Matt Hillslop, I
can see why your picture's hidden now.
I can see why your picture's hidden now, and I can see why only one anime is okay with you being credited.
Yep.
Anyway, I feel slightly traumatized. That just derailed my entire thought process.
I'd say a little more than slightly.
I'd say I don't even want to imagine a thought process on what we just witnessed.
Yeah. Anyway, let's take a look at Mr. Helsing.
In closing, it just ruined it.
I have a feeling this character right here is going to wind up being my
question mark
in the entire anime.
I like how they don't know his age.
Oh God! Look at his weapon.
He's the original clone.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to wind up being like my favorite character.
Dr. Jackal?
Works as the transporter.
Should we be worried that the transporter's got a scalpel? Back arrow? Never heard of that one.
I can't say I have either.
Looks more like a mugshot.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I like how there's 3 comments. Who's Ozpin? Is that... He must have done something else that they don't have credit to. Oh, not from...
Oh God, look at the website that lists his profile. That's ancient.
Wait, that's still around?
It's a music thing now. It's
What?
Yep, it does mostly music.
Definitely not the Definitely not.
I
the
was gonna say I still have a
remember.
profile somewhere over there.
I need to see what this dude's done.
Smallville.
He's done stuff with Rooster Teeth.
Oh wow.
He was Agent Washington in Red vs. Blue. And,
oh my.
And he was the Professor Ozpin in Ruby.
Agent Washington in Red vs. Blue.
Yeah, do that one. He looks kind of like Luther from
He's Tweaky Dude in Breaking Bad.
Tweaky Dude.
I can so see that with this picture.
Agent Washington. Now that's the name that I reckon. Wait.
He's in a video game, Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Townsfolk Male number 2. Just to,
Oh, he voiced some of the NPCs in the new Borderlands game.
I don't know if my dog barking in the background is being picked up by that, but
do not
I
hear
heard it very low.
Okay. So
I was wrong. I don't see anything for Smallville.
It looks like he's done a lot of.
He did a lot of stuff for Machinima too.
A giant dog, Jiznini. Okay, moving on. Creepy Orderly and Laser Team. Wasn't Laser Team? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right.
He did a lot of crap for Rooster.
Oh, he voiced Arkillo in DC Online.
Huh.
And Shazam.
I like how I just feel sorry for some of the names they're giving him. Policeman.
Murder victim.
Bradford in Art of War. Redheaded French name in Les Miserables. Oh, he did Tit Pit in Sleeping Dogs? Oh, that's a movie, not the game. Never mind.
I thought they were talking about the video game, if I'm being honest.
That's same.
Yeah, there's Red versus Blue.
He helped write something. What did he... Oh, he helped write Red versus Blue?
The role, I will say this, the role that he had in Red versus Blue was a hilarious one when he was Agent Washington. I remember Agent Washington. Agent Washington started off as a bad guy and then wound up being one of the good guys.
Huh. All right, well... I guess he didn't do too much anime.
No, but Red versus Blue is enough to solidify a legacy for him in itself.
That's true.
Considering that's still going, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and he was in RYB, or however you pronounce it.
Ruby.
Yeah.
Ruby. Yeah, he was in that. Like I said, a lot of stuff for Rooster Teeth I saw.
I saw some stuff with Machinima, too.
No other English voice actor. 2 Spanish voice actors. So...
One quit.
Interesting. Okay. I don't really care about some of these other voice actors at the moment because we don't even know, like, they haven't even hinted at any of these characters yet.
No, we've only seen a couple characters within the first episode, so...
I'm just trying to see if they show... Holy crap, there's more people here than I thought.
I'm also going to go on a record and say
there's
that opening.
It's by this band.
Now, is that opening number 1 or 2?
Ban Ban Blanco.
Because I noticed it stated that there were 2 openings and 2 closings, which
did the theme
makes sense.
Song for One Piece.
Oh wow.
Boy.
Pardon?
It just says theme song.
Look, I was staring at the picture you were on there. No, back the other side.
This one?
Up 2, right there, yeah.
I mean...
The quality.
Anyway. Yeah.
Plot armor.
Is this a... Really?
Yeah, they're making an anime for that. It's airing, or it already aired apparently.
Animal
It's one
Crossing
episode.
Forest. It was done in 2006. One episode. Clearly, it didn't do very well. But...
It's a movie.
Oh, well.
Didn't even know they did something for that. All I knew is it was a popular game.
I heard there's talk about an actual series.
Well, anyway. They have a lot of theme song people. Pretty sure this one, I think they did an opening for a famous anime that I like. I just don't remember. I don't know why they don't have credit here.
My anime list is also done by
fans. Yeah.
Like fans like us. So it just hasn't been
It's
updated.
basically the Wikipedia of anime.
That's true. But it's a good one to help us get our thoughts.
Oh yeah, no, it's a good one. It's not bad in any way.
I wish
any
they
means.
showed. Honestly, kind of wish they showed the character she was talking to, because that voice sounded familiar at one point in time. Oh well, don't wait. No, that's the highest rated favorite. So they really liked the voice actor that did this. And yeah.
Next was Ginji.
Yeah. And then him, and then so just progressively goes. Here's the girl. 11 favorites.
Wow.
Oh,
the favorites started dying.
She did songs and voice acting as well. If this takes me to a porn site. No, okay. She does blogging now? Are we sure this is the same? It's the same girl. Go away.
Just more covered up. Google Translate is not our friend at the moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What is she doing now? Oh, whatever. I can't care. I don't care. Well, I mean, yeah. That's, I guess, it for episode 1 of we just viewed Getbackers episode 1. That was our thoughts and opinions. We went off on a tangent. It's been an hour and 47 minutes.
Also our first review, so of course we're going to go off topic.
I think that's just how it's
knowing us, we're probably going to go off topic in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's probably just what's going to happen all the time.
So well, it also depends on if the anime's got a lot for us to talk about or not.
That's true. Since this
and
was
now
the
you know
first
what
episode.
to expect from us. We're just a band of misfits watching anime.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. This has been episode 1. The next episode shall be, well, posted whenever we fucking get to it.
Because it's a lot longer than we thought.
Yes. All right. I will sign us out now, I guess. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, or give us a thumbs down if you didn't like the episode. That's a thing too. Interact with us. Tell us how we're doing.
Let us know what anime you'd rather us see.
Interact with us. We have no friends.
We don't have any friends. We don't like each other in real life. As soon as we cut off the recording, we're going to yell at each other. We hate each other.
I was about to say, y'all are lying. We wouldn't make it through this.
All right, well, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Don't like if you didn't like, all that jazz. Next episode shall be up when we'll get to it. We're watching these things at a single time. We're talking to each other. We're discussing it. Halfway point episode is next, and the halfway point for this anime is like 25. So
It might be a bit.
yeah, it's gonna be a bit. So I will.
We're working on it though.
Yes.
Again, we're new to this. We need to work out the kinks.
I don't know
Yes.
about you, but I don't want you touching my feet.
Well,
And let it be known to
I'm
the
not going to
audience
say
that
what
one
popped
of
in my
us.
head.
Let it be known that one of us in the particular has a very deep hatred of pants.
I'm not wearing any right now. Anyway, thank you all. See you guys later.